to the Leadership Heart Podcast with Sandra J. Horton, the Growth Catalyst.
Hello and Happy New Year. I'm coming to you live in 2023. Thank you for coming to the Leadership Heart Podcast. My commitment to you is to show up. The exciting thing for 2023 is that we are going to be moving to a new date and time, which will be Thursdays at 4:30. And I'm super excited about our first guest, our true guest in 2023, which is an exceptional man who I can't wait to get that banner out for next week. But authentically showing up for you today is my commitment to uphold and set realistic but yet stretch expectations. How do we do that as a leader? How are we coming into 2023? What are we expecting of 2023? How are we showing up for 2023? For me, I'm going to show up absolutely authentically. I'm going to claim what I can claim. I'm going to bring in all those great opportunities for abundance and manifestation, but I'm going to do it my way to show up and set realistic expectations. You know, yesterday I posted on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on Instagram about the importance of truly setting realistic expectations. Not these huge, grandiose ideas of, oh, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be this superstar right away. We have to get real, but in a positive way, to set realistic but stretch expectations for ourselves. I am here to commit to you that that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am asking myself, demanding of myself in a positive way, how can I do that? Well, it's pretty simple, really. Number one, we got to go within. So this year in 2023, I want you to ask yourself first and foremost, what do you want? What do you want? These simple little words are so powerful. Not to look around and go, oh my gosh, look what everyone else is doing this year. Whew, look at them go. They're doing this, they're doing that, la, 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 la. Whew, take a breath. What do you want in your heart space? What is going to be the most important thing or things for you? And then take the time to then answer yourself, what do I want? Not out of expectations of what you think others would want you to do, but what are you able to do realistically? You know, there's a difference in how we can set outcomes that are absolutely achievable. To set an outcome means that we are going to take the time and break things down into bite-sized pieces. Bite-sized pieces that are our own way to truly know we can start to achieve these goals. Anything and all things are possible in any moment. So let's consider, let's say you want to grow your financial wherewithal. We come from that place of knowing we're not living in scarcity. Anything and all things are possible. But we want to start with that frame. How much do I make right now? Let's say you're making $100,000 a year. We have to go within and look at what are my professional services that I am willing and able to then share, be able to promote, to sell, to bring in the resources that I can then learn to grow and bring more of. Setting realistic outcomes is the key. So let's say we want to grow from $100,000 a year. Let's just say use that as an easy number. And we want to move towards maybe $200,000 for this year. Is that realistic? And then how would you go about achieving it? So as I just said, you have to look at what are you able to share? What new professional services or resources can you bring right here and right now that would allow you to double basically what revenue you're going to bring in? And for some, doubling may not be possible. I'm not a math person, so if that's not right, please forgive me. But basically, even a 20% increase, you're going to have to do something differently. So go within now and write down, what are your professional services? Do you have a company, or are you going to have to find a new resource, a new service, something else you want to sell or promote, write a book, whatever it is, and then break it into pieces that are you can manage? How are you going to sell it? How many books do you actually have to sell? What are some of the ways, who are the connections? Who are your strategic partners that you need to bring in order to support yourself? But importantly, it should still reside in you. Pick an outcome that you and only you are responsible for. So it starts with setting and looking through these lovely glasses. If you have glasses, not from a rose color perspective, but a real genuine perspective. What is realistic in a positive way? Write out those things, write out the steps, and then break it down into realistic, measurable, and achievable quarterly performance evaluative tools. So for me, my tool is to say, I have a 6-week course that's going to come out. I have a new book that's coming out. Awesome. I can actually use those for revenue generating opportunities. What do you have? You got to be responsible for it. The other thing, which is really key here, is that you need to commit to feel this now. So many people want something greater, but they don't feel it fully. You must commit fully. And I mean that, like, actually go in and feel what it would look like, visualize it, and then take this into those specific steps, step by step. The worst thing that can happen to anyone is we set ourselves up for failure. We get all hyped up. We get all jumbled up. I had that experience just a little while ago. I had to realistically look at myself and say, big breath in, whew, it's okay. If I don't do X, X, and X this first quarter, I have the opportunity in quarter 2. So take the time to look objectively, anchor within your heart, say, does this make sense for myself? Connect it to your mind and then your divine source, whatever that is for you, to say, does this make sense? And then break it down. For those who tend to go, oh, I could do this, but then you don't take those specific measurable steps. How many people do you need to contact? If you want to be on stages, how many stages? Where is the stage? Why are you wanting to be on that stage? And then get crystal clear what is driving your motivation. When we set unrealistic expectations, it's because perhaps we're buying into a fantasy. We're buying into these dreams that others may be promoting. Follow me, do this, get your huge sales funnel. Guess what? We need to just stop. We need to go within. We need to identify what are our strengths. And then, as Napoleon Hill always says, we have to have something in exchange for the monetary gains we are willing to then exchange. This is the laws. We know this works. So get clear, but then ground yourself into the step-by-step process. Now, for some people, this can also mean we need to get out of our own way, because we may actually self-sabotage ourselves. And this is the interesting thing about self-sabotage. Is there really self-sabotage? I don't know. Some of the masters that I have been following recently question that. Really, what it is that we have taken on and just assume that our thinking is valid. But perhaps just for your exploration, how you've been grounding yourself, how you look at your reality could be completely off because it's based in the past, the then and there, not the here and now. We're always growing. Our beautiful brain, our neurotransmitters are always firing. Maybe you have to re-look at what you value. What is perhaps anchored in that past that you're ready to release and let go of? Realistic expectations are grounded in the here and the now. And then check in with what you are thinking. This is why I truly believe this year is the year, as you plant your seeds, that we have to get even more specific and targeted in how we execute, how we implement purposefully with intention. And if those limiting beliefs, if those little kind of self-sabotaging ways come in, we stop it, we breathe, and we say, what needs to change in order for me to get different results? If we keep doing the same old things, we know we hear this all the time, we're going to get the same results. So take the time the next few days to go back to those very basic things and ask yourself, what do I want? And then why do I want them? What is it that I want out of this? Is there a win-win for me and someone else? Why am I driven to want to achieve this? And sometimes, if we're not clear on why we're doing something, we can do it for those wrong reasons. But if you are crystal clear and you align with that, basic red hot purpose and passion, you will achieve it. But you got to get to those basics, as I said earlier. What are you willing to exchange? And then get raw and real with yourself and say, okay, I've got this, this, and this. If you're not resourceful, you may miss these opportunities. And if it's not within you, which is the important piece, then who do you need to connect to? Who are those new strategic alliance partners, friends, associates that you need to then go towards and collaborate in order to make that revenue or whatever it is that you're going to exchange a reality? Get real, but don't take too much on. Don't spread yourself thin. I have a challenge with this whole concept of omnipresent. I fell victim to it. It is important to be on socials, but you know what? Unless you've got a lot of cash coming in behind you, you can get burned out and wiped out so easily. So do yourself a break. Give yourself a break. I mean, just breathe and begin anew, step by step. Know why you're doing it. What is it for? And then write it out in a simplified, measurable way that you can then evaluate your goals. Look for not only the outcome, but the behavior that's going to support you to get that outcome. So if you want more health, how are you going to know you're going to get more health? What do you need to feel within? What do you need to change in your behaviors, like how you eat, how many calories you do, how many steps you walk? Those are measurable. And step by step, you move forward. And who do you need to gather with you to help support you? It's great to stretch, but it's not great to really max yourself out and have unrealistic expectations. So again, the whole purpose of today is welcome to 2023. Let's get raw, let's get real, and let's get realistic in a positive way. Still dream big, bring in the new future that you absolutely believe you will destined to move towards. I'm all passionate about this, but be realistic in how you can move yourself forward in that positive way. I hope this is resonating for you, because I get so darn tootin' upset when people throw all these things and then we start to believe all these expectations, but we haven't taken the due diligence to do it step by step, goal by goal. That's how it works with the right mindset, And if something comes in that's not great, then you learn to re-anchor, pull in those new positive resources, shift your mind, and continue with persistent and positive habits that keep you going step by step. So if you want to learn more about how to shift your perspective, because you can do it like that, it's very, very easy to do, reach out. I would love to support you in this quest to be realistic, powerful, and passionate about what you want to achieve this year, but in a way that you're going to actually execute and implement to move yourself forward. I'm committed to it. I hope you're committed to it, because I have been planting these seeds, but what I've realized is that I didn't have enough steps that were absolutely easily implementable. That's what I'm doing this year. And I am so excited with this opportunity to be in that right mind, in that right space, to then truly help more people on this globe. So come and join me, and we're shifting the beautiful heart, the Leadership Heart podcast, to next week on Thursday. And I have an amazing fellow who's going to come in and share with you on the financial side of Leadership Heart and how he's gone through his journey to fulfill his mission. So stay tuned. Thank you for taking actions. If you want to learn a little bit more about me and my professional services, do it. Take and make the choice today. Let's work side by side to help you transform your attitude so that you're purposeful and powerful and walking step by step in this positive way forward. So thank you for the time. Thank you for stopping in. Happy New Year. Let's make 2023 absolutely exceptional. Let's set those realistic, positive expectations. Have some powerful words that keep us consistent and always moving forward. My words as I close out today is, for me, it's all about launch. So let's launch together into 2023 positively and powerfully. I'm Sandra Horton, and I am a business success coach. I look forward to connecting with you. Bye for now.